grew up in the 80s, so for me watching music videos and pressing record and having these little things to play back in a loop with fragments of adverts at either end was kind of my cultural education. Buying CDs and DVDs and having this object that I'd sort of study front to back. I'd look at who designed the fonts, I'd look at who took the photographs, and these were the things that felt really valid as maybe a body of work. Fashion didn't really have a chance to come into play in the formative years because there wasn't really a fashion scene in New Zealand. Well, not where I was in the south of New Zealand, especially. When I was 17, I moved out of home and I went and studied fine art in a town a few hours away. There was this video shop called Alice in Videoland, and you'd walk in past the Charlie Chaplin sign, and under Alice's skirt as she fell through the roof, that I found this world of motion. Like I discovered Lars von Trier's Dogma, or like Harmony Korine's early kind of more dirty work. I think most importantly though, I discovered Jan and Eva Svankmajer's work. They always used found objects. There was always this use of things that had kind of already had a previous life, recycled or everyday. There was a sort of ultimate sincerity and a lack of irony, which I think is something that really stuck with me. After a few weird relationships and a bit of traveling, I moved to the UK. I used to sort of hang out at Medem Kirchhoff's studio. I would take pictures and make a bit of video, and to make money I was a chef. Once I started using this VHS camera, it kind of became an extension of drawing for me. I could combine the pastel colours that felt like kind of archaically binary and naive with imagery, and there became these new propositions for me. My kind of big break happened when Katie Grand saw my work. She kind of firstly got me to shoot a bunch of supermodels. I don't even think I understood the kind of scope of what I was walking into that day. Then she trusted me and my VHS to come along with her and shoot some stuff for Miu Miu. 3 months later, I was sharing images of my girlfriend, images of my cats, images of, nature and where I grew up with Mrs. Prada at her request to adorn her catwalk show. It was probably the most kind of intimidating but validating moment I've had. This camera kind of offers me two things: a kind of aesthetic that I enjoy, and also it allows me to interact with the subject in a really organic way, and in a way that means we can kind of build a relationship, and I can capture moments that perhaps they wouldn't give if they were kind of pausing or repetitively posing. When it comes to commercial work, people generally allow me to explore techniques I've already developed with them. So in that respect, I think I'm quite lucky that I stubbornly stuck to using this VHS, because I think there's something really nice about people knowing my work is my work when they see it. I don't particularly have muses, but I have people that I work with again and again. Martin Rose was the first person that sort of showed me that, like, if you hold hands and you just walk together exploring, you'll land on something that you couldn't have imagined at the beginning. Christopher Kane is someone whose sort of wonderful thinking manifests these complex odd worlds that are sort of critiques on like current tropes. With Sinead O'Dwyer and Emma Mattel, always so inspiring. They give to fashion imagery something that is rare and is human and very necessary. My experience of beauty in fashion is when I feel seen or I see myself. Then all I can do is sort of strive to keep doing that.